Yeah. This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Let's go!
Hey everybody.
Hi guys.
We're on holidays at the moment.
Oh, I'm loving it.
and
Sick.
loving it.
We've gotten a collection of some of the finest work that we've done throughout the year. Oh, guys.
And then we padded it out with some rubbish.
Don't undersell it, no.
Yeah.
Don't undersell it.
And this, of course, being a live broadcast. Today's best bits are all about...
From the Vault 2017.
Couldn't have said it better
yeah.
myself.
Oh my God, right to the point you are.
Enjoy.
This is Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
So there's this story about a girl ironically named Ebony who changed the brand of her usual self-tanner, went for the St. Moritz Darker Than Dark, which turned out to fully
was.
deliver.
It was.
True to its word.
It turned her into a black woman.
Yeah.
Which is fine if you are a black woman, but she's not. And so then she couldn't go to work because it looked like she was doing blackface.
Yeah, absolutely.
It looks
Highly
like she has
offensive.
literally gotten a handful of Vegemite and rubbed it over. It's that dark.
She had to take a whole week off until she went back to her regular colour.
Work looked at the pictures and went, no worries.
So we are talking about the reasons you couldn't go to work.
Hi, Carly.
Hi, good
Carly.
morning.
Good morning.
Carly, what happened?
Well, basically, a few years ago, I had a bit of an argument with someone and I slammed a self-closing retractable metal door and got my finger stuck inside and ripped the tip of my nail off. Basically, the whole nail was damaged and I ended up needing plastic surgery.
Oh.
When I text my boss to say, I can't come in, I've damaged my nail, I could tell she was quite annoyed.
Yeah.
So I decided to send through a picture, to which I received, don't ever send me anything like that again. It's absolutely disgusting.
Do you know what? Sean gets that reply to so many of the texts he sends us.
So, Carly,
Carly, what's your number?
you know, when you say it out loud, like I've damaged my fingernail, it doesn't sound
No, it doesn't.
like you
So-
deserve
That's why
time
I
off
thought
work.
the picture was warranted.
Why did you need plastic surgery on it? What happened?
Because all that was left was the tiny tip at the nail bed. So they actually, and I smashed all the shape of the nail bed, so they had to remove
Ooh.
it and then sew me a new nail bed, and then it had to grow back from scratch, which took about 8 weeks.
Gee, that is gross,
How long
Carly.
were you
I
off
was-
work for?
A week.
Wow.
A week.
So, Carly, when you first sent that message through just saying about your fingernail, did you think you should jazz it up a bit? Because the question was going to always come back to you.
No, I know. I just sort of thought I would go for my best shot, and then I thought I always had the picture to come through.
Yeah.
If you didn't
Yeah.
believe me.
That's so
Yeah.
good.
That's the clincher.
You gave it, set it up, and then
Yeah.
you knocked it out of the park. That's the way to go.
Exactly.
Well
Nice
done,
work.
Carl.
Thanks, Carly. Let's go to Emily in Clarkson. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Em.
Em.
Right, Em, why did you have to take some time off?
Well, I got a cold and a really bad cough, and I actually burst the vessels in my eyes. So my eyes went bloodshot, dark red,
Both of them?
and I looked like a devil, both of them.
Yeah.
So I rang work and was like, I can't come in. And they're like, why? And they're like, because my eyes are red. And they didn't believe me. So I went in and kind of scared everybody there.
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
We are talking about the reasons why you might have needed to take some time off work that are slightly unconventional, inspired by the young lady who used the wrong self-tanner and ended up completely the wrong colour.
All right, Georgie's in Belmont. Georgie, lay it on us.
So we just moved into our new house in Belmont, and we had a few problems when we first moved in, but we started to get bees coming through like the ceiling of our bathroom.
Oh, heavy.
But it would come in, and then they kind of died in the sink or the bath or whatever. And there was a couple that died in the bath, and it was a clean flannel kind of sitting there. So I was like, oh, the flannel's all right. I'll just clean out the bees, and I'll put the flannel back in the shower, and it's all right.
Be
I'll
good.
still use
Cleaning
it.
yourself, cleaning the bees, that's what a flannel does.
Yeah.
Yeah. And anyway, so a couple of days later, I was just like, oh, well, I can't be bothered having a shower, so the flannel out, just wash my face. And I didn't realise that when bees die, they actually drop their stinger.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it dropped onto the flannel, and I injected it straight into my lip, and I looked like I had a really serious, bad batch of Botox.
Oh, you had the Kylie Jenners about you.
Yeah, really bad though.
So you rang work.
Rang work, told them, I was like, hey, can't come in, I've got a swollen
I
lip.
got stung by my flannel.
I got stung by flannel, yeah, and then I sent it to my boss, and then yeah, they believed me a lot better.
Okay.
Can I just say, that was a great story, and you have won the award for saying flannel the most
Yes.
ever when in a phone call on our show.
Flannel.
Flannel.
That's great. Barry's in Byford. Morning, Barry.
Good morning, guys. How are we?
Good, Barry.
Hi, Barry. Why did you need time off work?
Well, unfortunately, it was a pimple in the middle of my chin, and it wouldn't bust. So I thought I'd try some home remedies and put a mustard and soap and sugar plaster over the top of it and went to bed, thinking it would draw it out. It throbbed all night, and I thought that's a little bit odd. I woke up in the morning, went to the bathroom, took the Band-Aid off, and my bottom lip basically just dropped open, and I had a blister from the corner of my mouth to the bottom of my chin.
You burnt your chin with mustard.
Pretty much second-degree burn.
You precious little person.
I know.
Barry.
A little bit soft.
Yeah.
So I rang the boss and said, I can't come in, I got a pimple. You can imagine the response I got to that. And he said, well, Baz, you've got a board presentation, I need you to come in. I said, well, I really can't. He said, mate, it's a pimple. Get in here. So I walked in his office. He said, oh, Jesus, you need to go home.
Yeah.
Once he saw it.
How long did it take for that to clear up, Barry?
About 8 days. It was. I had to go and get. Had to go to the doctors, and basically, I had a burn to the chin.
Wow. So, Barry, was it a hot English mustard? Was it a honey-seeded mustard?
It definitely wasn't Dijon.
What mustard was
It
it?
definitely wasn't Dijon.
No, it couldn't have
Everyone knows Dijon wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
No, it was basically just the dry mustard out of the tin. Mix it up.
Oh,
with
like
some
mustard
soap.
powder.
Mustard powder, yeah.
Mustard powder? What are you
Yeah, it's hilarious, Nathan.
It actually is.
Nathan, Nat, and Shaun.
Australian boxing champ Jeff Horn puts it all on the line in Brisbane next weekend. Battle of Brizzy 2. You can check it out on Foxtel's main event channel, which I'll be doing. And he joins us now. Hornet, how are you, brother?
Hi, good. How are you?
Yeah, good, buddy. With Jeff Horn, did people try to call you Horny? Was that before Hornet?
Yes, happens all the time. I used to get that even at school.
Of course you did.
Are they right, Jeff? Are they right?
And you're a teacher. I think it's all, hey, look at this Horny.
Mr. Hornbag, that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey, Jeff, can you tell us the story why you got involved in boxing in the first place? Why you learnt to box?
Look, I did a long career, about 12 years of soccer, and I didn't do any good in that. I was pretty good, but I never made it, and I was like, I always wanted to be a sports player. And I chose to go into boxing for a bit of self-defense from bullying at high school, just as a transition to find something else to kind of do, and boxing ended up being what I was good at.
So no good with your feet, but great with your hands.
Oh, I wasn't too bad with my feet. You've got to be good on your feet when you box. But I'm an all-rounder, I guess.
Yeah, well, someone that's so close to us who we absolutely love is Danny Green. And when we speak about you to other people, I get the same sort of admiration. I feel like you're one of the people, and people really relate to you.
Yeah, well, thank you.
No worries. Now say something nice about me.
Jeff, before we get stuck into the fight, which we will do in a second, can I ask you?
You're really good at radio.
Thank you.
Lovely.
That's
And
like a pulling a tooth, wasn't
and
it?
completely unprompted, Jeff. Well done.
Jeff.
Jeff, what do you do with the key to the city that you have from Brisbane?
It sits in my room at the moment. It hasn't come out, and I haven't tried it on any doors just yet, but I don't know if it's going to work. It's a bit big to fit in any keyholes.
There must be something out there you can break into. Well, you don't have to break in because
No, it's got the key. It's got the key.
Come on, though. Horny will be able to get into the keyhole, wouldn't he?
Do you when you have the keys to the city, obviously, you're not going to try the key in every lock, but do they invite you to things? Like, are you all of a sudden top of the list whenever there's any sort of civic event going on?
I guess I'm invited to a lot more events these days, and I guess if I put my name out there, especially, and said, "Oh, could I come to this?" I'm sure they would welcome me to it. So,
you know what? If I had the key to the
that.
city, though, I would literally just pick a house in the suburbs and go in there and just wait until them get home, and then they look at you and go, "What are you doing here?" And you go, like what?
Yeah,
twirling your key around.
Yeah, twirling your key. Actually, it's time for you to leave. Is what I'm saying. Jeff Horn.
no one's going to argue with you.
No way. Now, Jeff, you're taking on Gary Corcoran, and he doesn't like to be called a gypsy, but he has been a bit of a nomad for quite some time, a bit of a traveller. What does he bring to the table?
Look, he's got an extremely high work rate, and he comes and throws plenty of punches, so he's upset 3 of his last few fights. by upsetting the guys that were expected to win, but he's just outworked them and punished them. So, yeah, that's the thing that he takes to the table is it's a high work rate.
One of the things that people are saying at the moment, Jeff, and I'm not going to be mean, but they're saying you're a bit overweight.
Are you, Sean?
Jeff, is that a fair
Can you
call?
be delicate about it?
Yeah.
He's big boned.
They're always talking about my weight. It's not very fair. No, I'm just not as good as he is, and yeah, my weight has been pretty high because coming off, I guess, a big celebration from the last win and having to get back down to fight weight is quite difficult. So I'm getting there. I'll be right hopefully by next week. But
you know what, mate?
It's just willpower. I do it here in the
okay.
studio. This morning, Jeff, everyone's eating bagels around me, and guess what? I'm not having one. That is the key.
Oh, well done.
No, but you know what? His general attitude towards us having them ruined the bagels for us.
Super
you know what I mean?
judgy.
It's like, well, he's a sham wow of fun.
And I mean, who hasn't had a post-Pacquiao blowout? Come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
please.
exactly.
Hey, Jeff, so when you have to get into your jocks and your weigh in and you and your like, little Aussie bums, so knowing that your school kids have seen you in jocks, is that like, how's that for you?
Yeah, I suppose that's a bit weird. I
Isn't
haven't
it?
really thought about that.
You should. You should think about
He
that.
doesn't like
no.
to think about his students while he's wearing only his jocks, which is a good thing.
All your students have seen you in your underwear. You know when they say imagine people in your underwear, we don't have to. There's Mr. Horn. So.
Yeah. Well, I don't really imagine them seeing me like that, I guess.
They do.
No,
they do see you.
I think
It's
probably-
on your Instagram. Just wanted to make sure you know they definitely do.
Now you've made it
Sean?
awkward.
Jeff, Anthony Mundine, he says he wants a crack at you as well as a couple of other guys after Gary. Hopefully, we're tipping on Wednesday night you can destroy Gary and send him packing. But Anthony Mundine has put his hand up for a crack at the title.
Yeah, he has. And look, I guess I'm after some big fights out there, and I'm willing to take them. And I suppose that at the end of the day, money does talk, but I feel like reputation is something as well, and I do want to have big fights, and I want everyone to be excited about watching them. If that's what people want, me taking on a Mundine, I would potentially think about doing it, but I've got a list of great fighters out there that are willing to fight me for some good coin out there as well.
Yeah, there's such an interesting thing for you to be in this arena because a lot of people are trying for controversy to be able to get themselves up there, and you're not that person.
You're the opposite
You don't
of
go
that.
looking for it. Did people as promoters and stuff, did they try to get you to be, I guess, more controversial,
an edge.
more louder and stuff?
Oh, definitely. I have kind of been pushed a little bit at times by different people. Not really my promoters. They know what I'm like and who I am, and I can't really change that. It's very hard for me to act. I'm not as good as my uncle Russell at acting. He's an actor, but I'm definitely not as good at it. But it's hard. It's hard to kind of change, and I try not to listen to the people that try and make me do that.
Oh, I mean, a bit of controversy is easy for you. Just get your former students to carry you in when you were wearing your jocks. There's some controversy for you right there, mate. That would make all the news services, wouldn't
Nathan's
it?
not leaving it alone, that's for sure.
You're listening to Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
We're talking about uncomfortable conversations that you might have had to have with the neighbours.
You know, when you live 2 doors down from someone and you have to tell them that you've played your car into their lounge room. You know what I mean? That sort of thing.
How do you start that convo off, do you reckon?
Well, firstly, get out of your car and then just get the remote and then turn the TV
I'm
off.
I'm just going to turn the volume down a touch.
Just going to turn off the flicks. Got something to tell you. I'm in your lounge room.
And they're like, oh, that's what that is.
Okay, right.
Kevin's in Ellenbrook. Morning, Kev.
Yeah, morning guys. How you going?
Okay.
Have you had uncomfortable conversations with the neighbours?
Yeah, I have. I won't name the suburb. Where we used to live down south. I drive road trains for a living, and I used to take my truck home.
Yep.
And where I used to park it, I used to reverse it down the fence that used to divide our property with the neighbours. And I used to leave at about sort of 1 o'clock in the morning, and one morning I was driving up the driveway to go out, and I just sort of looked down into their yard to see 2 people through their bedroom window enjoying their special time.
Bit of
Oh, a bit of cuddling.
With the blinds and that wide open, and so I kept going, and that happened probably 2 or 3 times over the course
What time of the morning was
1
this?
o'clock.
about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning.
So where do you live again, Kev? What's the name of this?
I've got some chairs set up. You want to come down, Sean?
I'll bring the popcorn.
So it happened a few times, and in the end, I actually caught up with the husband one day when I got home from work, and I said to him about it. I said, you might want to, check the blinds in the windows.
Yes.
Only to find out that it wasn't him.
Kevin, get out. Really?
He'd actually been working away, and turns out that he's been having an affair.
It's turning into a pterodactyl.
That's heavy. So did you cause the split in? Not you personally.
Yeah, no, you did. It was you, Kevin.
Yeah, well, I sort of did. Yeah, he didn't sort of say too much to me. He didn't sort of, get angry or anything at me, and
no.
I sort of left it to him, and then probably about a month later, there's for sale sign out the front of the house, and he was never to be seen again, and there was a few weird looks over the fence from her, but that was.
It's on her.
Well, I think if you're going to cheat on your partner, close the
bloody blinds. It's a rookie mistake, Kev.
I know. It's a rookie mistake, but I mean, it was worth a look, but
Oh, well, at least I know why you're driving a semi.
I didn't actually go anywhere. I just drove and reversed down the driveway all night.
Good on you, Kev. All right, let's move on to
stuff.
Carrie Ann from Boddington. Hello.
Morning, how are you guys?
Hi,
Carrie Ann. Now, talk to us. Have you had an uncomfortable conversation with the neighbours?
Well, first of all, that's a really hard act to follow.
I know, isn't it?
So you should appreciate this one. I live on property.
Yeah,
right. You know that from your 2J thing. So I've got property. I've got Dexter cows, so they're a small breed of cows, and our neighbours have Murray Greys, which are big cows.
Yes.
So we had their bull break through our fencing to get to one of our cows, which you can imagine ended up disastrously in the end.
Yeah.
And when I confronted him about it and said, this just isn't on, you should have barbed wire, he's a big bull, they're little cows, we've now lost our cow because of it, da-da-da-da. He said, well, you need to teach your cows to stop waggling their stuff at the fence at him.
Victim blaming.
Yes. He slut-shamed your cows.
Yep.
Exactly what he did, Nat.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun in podcast form.
Sorry, not sorry seems to be the response to some of these awkward conversations that you're having with your neighbours.
You have to live near these people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Eric's in Hillman. Morning, Eric.
Hi, fellas.
Hey, good, Eric.
Eric, have you had an awkward convo?
Yeah, I certainly have. I had a guy, an odd guy, he was about 60, knocked on my door, and he goes, have you stolen me wand and fireballs?
Have you sold my what?
Wand and fireballs.
Wand
and
Fireballs?
Fireballs.
Yeah, fireballs.
Yes, okay, we're with you.
Yeah.
So wand,
And,
like magic wand. Okay.
Yeah, like a magic wand. I was like, what the hell is this guy on about? And, I just couldn't get it out of him. I was like, what are you talking about, mate? Like, where did I steal it from? Like, what are you talking about? And I just had no idea what he was on about. I was like, oh, for real?
Like us keep on questioning, what's wand and fireball?
Yeah, we're
What are you talking about?
We're all in it together here, Eric.
Yeah.
And, the housemate ended up walking out. I was like, have you stolen this guy's wand and fireballs? Like, what's this guy on about? And turns out he was playing he used to play on the internet. It was a game called Diablo or something.
Yes.
And apparently you reckon I stole his wand and fireballs. I was like, you got to be joking.
You were playing against him, possibly.
You were
game,
against him, and he was sure it was you that lived next door that was playing, that stole his wand and fireballs from a game.
Yeah.
It's a bit awkward, but it's mostly a baffling conversation with your neighbour.
Funny.
So weird.
I wonder what the game was.
So you said, no, I haven't touched your wand and fireballs and I don't play Diablo.
Yeah, I didn't even realise it was a game. I didn't even know what it was. I had no idea. And then my mate comes out and goes, are you talking about a game or something? And he goes, yeah, Diablo. And I was like, oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
I had no idea what he was talking about, but my mate.
But why did he think it was you next door? Like, why could it have not been anybody on the other side of the world?
Are you a mad gamer or something, Eric? No.
No, that's what I had no idea. I don't even play computer games.
How weird.
I understand if it was like, say, did you steal my cricket bat? That's a physical thing
Yes,
that you can get from his yard. What did you do? Track your IP address wrong or something?
Funny.
That is it's so good.
Thanks, Eric. All right, let's finish up with Emma from Mount Lawley. Hi, Em.
Hey guys, how are you?
Yeah,
Emma,
great.
have you had an awkward conversation with the neighbours?
Actually, I made my husband do it last night.
That's
so
what they're
it's,
for.
Fresh,
Oh, yes.
fresh out of the block, exactly. I told him it was a boy's job, so off he went. We have an elderly Italian, gorgeous couple that live next door, but they have plants on every inch of,
Yes.
their property, plus chickens.
Yes.
Yes.
Plus, yes, exactly. And about a year ago, they got a whole heap of quails. So we've got this quail pen that's right up against our fence that make this horrendous noise. They sound like something screaming day and night. So it's awful. And I like my sleep. I get a little bit grumpy when I'm a bit tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's normal.
Um,
yeah.
So you're trying to go to
Thank you.
sleep and you're getting this.
This scream.
Is it like that?
Exactly
Yeah.
what it sounds like, I promise.
Quails.
So it's they must have had babies or something recently, so it's sort of gotten worse and worse. And I said to my partner last night, you have to do something about it because I'm going to, lose it basically if it goes on any longer. So he traipsed over there last night and said, guys, we hate to be a nuisance, but we need to do something about the quails. Like, is there anything we can do to keep them down? And he turned around and he said, oh, don't worry, we're planning on eating them, so we'll get on
Barbecue on the weekend?
That should shut them up, hey?
Yeah. Look what you've done, Emma.
No wonder they're screaming.
I feel awful, but there was no noise last night. So
Of course, because they overheard what you were saying.
Emma, if you ever hear children playing in their yard, don't complain.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.